on to the next. So we got another signal here. Let's dig this one together so we can all see the treasure. Hopefully it's treasure. Sure have been digging a lot of plate steel, but I dig for iron too, so iron's important for my relic cutting. I like to find iron relics. There's a piece of iron. Who knows what that is? It's just scrap, but usually you can find some nice pieces if you're looking. A lot of people don't look. They just look for all that non-ferrous stuff. And yeah, non-ferrous is good, you know, don't get me wrong. I like a good copper piece or silver or even gold, but you know, iron comes in a lot of shapes and sizes, and they used a lot of it back then. And I found some really nice iron relics, so we'll keep searching around here, and you know, hopefully we'll hit a nice spot that I missed last time. So I'll see you on the next time. Yeah, so here's one of the reasons why I like digging iron objects. This is a nice North Carolina shape. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is probably one of the most important tools that an early settler had. It's got that North Carolina shape. Nice, nice. We clean those up, and that's a heavy 4-pounder. Serious axe. That's a Woodsman series right there. Yeah. And we'll clean that up, and we'll get it shiny again, and you know, put an edge on it and put an old handle, and we'll make that look nice. Nice relic right there. That's 40-50 bucks right there with a handle on it. Yeah, old timer axe. You know, yeah, the gun was an important implement back then. It was an important tool, you know, to hunt with and stuff like that. But this is how people got their firewood. This is how they cooked with. This is how they stayed warm. With an axe. And early settlers, they built everything with an axe. So, nice relic. I love finding these. Let's see if we can find some more. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Got a 70 signal, but it's kind of scratchy, and that usually tells me it's probably a piece of iron. But I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Sean Stoffel, and I have been detecting for a long time. I started out in New York State, way up New York State, about 30 miles or so away from the Canadian border. I used to roam all those state forests out there. Tons and tons and tons of old foundations up there just waiting to be searched. Of course, I searched pretty much all of them. I'm sure I left a few here and there, but I loved it up there. It's my favorite spot in the world to search right there. French stuff, British stuff, American stuff, you name it, it's up there. My oldest coin is like a 1600s French coin. It was pretty nice. Had a big old sailing frigate ship on it, I think it did. Something like that. It was really neat. But anyway, I use the MX Sport, as you can see here. It's a nice machine, and I have it in relic mode. And, you know, in relic mode, you can pinpoint a little. You can hear all the tones of metal, and I have it on, I think it's 8 tones. 4 or 8 today, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Maybe it's 8. But anyway, and you hear all those tones, and I just love this machine for that. It is probably the best machine I've ever had as far as signals. I started out with the White's DI 6000 Pro, I think it was. And I had like 3 different coils for that, and I think I stuck with the 5-inch coil. But that was a great machine, but it had all those knobs on it, and you had to air balance and ground balance. It was crazy. It's not like the machines today. You just turn them on and you can go. The signals are awesome today with these new machines. I really like White's I really like this software they have in here for finding equipment, or finding relics and treasures and stuff like that. I don't like the sound of Garrett's. I don't. That cheap noise it makes when it picks up a signal, it just sounds so cheap to me. It sounds like a cheap machine. I know they're not. I know they find good things. I know they have good software, but the sound just bothers me. That's why I like the Whites MX Sport. The sound, it's like a whistling sound, and it hums, and it's just so peaceful, and it lets me know that it's good software. It lets me know that it's a good machine. So Whites, kudos for that. I love the sound. Don't change that sound. So anyway, let's dig this up. Let's see what it is. I'm sure it's just a big chunk of steel, but let's get in there and let's find out. All right, here we go. A lot of tree roots down there. Everything around here has been deep. Yeah, there's a big old root right there. Scoop it out with hands. I can't imagine it's that deep, but it's a possibility. Alright, let's take the coil and go over this real quick and see if we can get an idea. Alright, it's out and it's right there. I can't tell what that is. Looks like a big blob of melted something. Can you tell what that is? Yeah. Big blob of melted something, isn't it? Alright, well, if it's anything good, I'll come back to you. But it looks like it's just a bunch of melted lead. Nothing significant. But I save all my lead. Okay, on to the next. Got a 73 signal. Let's go in and take a peek at this. Stuff over here's been pretty shallow. I'm not seeing it. I know all you new detectorists are like, why doesn't he use a pinpointer? Yeah, well, you know, like I said, hate stopping. I have to turn one more thing on. If they made it. Yeah, it sounds like iron. Yeah, big plate of iron down at the bottom of that. We're gonna leave it. Alright, on to the next. Alright, so this is the first real coin signal I've got the whole time I've been here so far. It sounds like a nice coin signal. Let's check it out. Hope for a coin, hope for a coin. Can you see it down there? Not yet, huh? Alright. Alrighty. Come on. Please be a coin. We need a coin. Coin would be nice to date this area for sure. At least see what kind of activity we've had in here. I'm not seeing anything popping out yet, but coins usually are pretty hidden, especially in this choppy stuff. Alright, let's swing the detector over and see if we can pinpoint it. Let's move my shovel. Alright, let's... Right there. Right there. Not in that one. It's in this one. Alright. Should we? Should we break this open? Oh, come on. Come on. Be a coin. No, it's not a coin. What is that? A harmonica reed. Oh, that was a good signal. Probably because it's so thick. See how thick that is? Yeah, this is like my second harmonica reed I found. This one's like double-sided. Pretty neat though. Yeah, it's like they just toss their harmonicas in the yard and be done with them. Ah, too bad that wasn't a coin. Okay, alright, on to the next. Alright, so we got a pretty decent signal here. And we're kind of a ways away from the foundation area. But there's still a ton of signals in here. I'm curious, because it's in the 60s, like 69. Yeah. Boy, that is strange to have it down here, isn't it? You know what that is? Yeah, it's a valve stem. Goes in a tire. Huh. Doesn't look to be that old. Might have come off the tractor. Interesting. Alright, well, we're just searching down here, headed down towards the little creek. I'm gonna search around here. There's a ton of old cedars in here, and like I said, they use cedars for ornamental trees and borders and stuff like that. They're naturally grown and make perfect fence posts. So we're gonna follow the cedars for a little bit and see what we can find. Alright, on to the next. So I think we have our first coin out of this spot, which is sweet, because now we can date this area a little bit, you know. Coins, the dates, they help tell you when the humans were walking around and hanging out and stuff. They were probably working and it fell out of their pocket. But anyway, let me show you this. Take a look. Do you see it right there? Do you see that? That's a coin. Alright, let me clean that up and I'll get right back to you. Boy, this thing is slick, man. I'm not seeing anything on it. I suspect it's probably a old wheat penny, but I don't know. We'll clean that up when we get home, put it in the fryer and knock that crust off of it. Anyways, this is going to be the wrap up. So we got a coin and got a flat button, and you saw the axe, and I found a bunch of other little doohickeys and stuff like that. The keepers, the axe, the button, and the penny. Now I got a couple little iron relics that I kept too, but alright, I hope you had fun. If I happen to find something on my way out, which I always detect towards my motorcycle, if I find something, I'll stop and I'll let you know. But okay, until we meet again, see ya. Yeah, so that's it. We're done. I got just enough battery power left to do a small wrap up. So let me show you what we found today. And besides the axe, which is in my backpack, we got a knife, a little jackknife, another little jackknife. We'll see how those clean up, and another little knife. So a lot of little knives, and a couple little kind of coppery pieces, a couple rings, steel ring, this little bottle, and that big slab of whatnot. Of course, I'll clean all this stuff up and make sure it's not anything decent. But this is what I want to keep. This is what I bring home with me. Here's a harmonica reed, you know, and there's that other harmonica reed. It's much thicker, and it's double-sided. Some shotgun shells, of course you always find those. That lovely button, that's going to take the cake right there. That's the winner for sure. Nice to see what's on there. And of course the coin, and we do not know what kind of coin this is yet at all. It's hard to tell. At this point it could be just about anything. But we'll get it home, we'll clean it real well. And this looks like a some sort of, I don't know, step off of a piece of equipment, maybe a wagon or something like that. A couple odds and ends here. This, I'm not quite sure of. I was thinking maybe a cover for, you know, like a bull's horns or something like that. I'm not sure. Or something that goes on, you know, the horse tack itself. If y'all know what that is, let me know. I've found these before. It's pretty neat. I think it's brass or copper or something like that. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope y'all had fun, and that was a wonderful sight. I love it. There's a ton more stuff, and it just takes time because you got to keep going and keep going and going and going. You got to get rid of all that surface trash. You got to get rid of all that big metal, that iron. That's why I search iron, because I'm pulling out that iron, and when I do come back, that iron's not there. I'll be able to hear the nice signals down below. Signals like this coin. This coin was in signals full of iron, and it wasn't even a coin signal, really. It was odd, and it was deep. It was about 8 inches deep, and had I not had it on, you know, relic mode, if I had it on discrimination, coin and jewelry mode, I would have never found that. It would have skipped right over it. I had to put my coil, I had to kick the dirt away, I had to put my coil straight down on the surface of the dirt, and barely heard the signal. So I love White's machines because of that, especially the relic mode. Love that mode. It is my favorite. This is it. So we'll see you on our next adventure. Take care. Why does a tree need to develop stuff like this? Look at the size of this thing. They go all the way up this tree. That's what I have to deal with. Spikes on trees. Pricker bushes. Everywhere. That's crazy. There's another tree over there just like it. And another one over there just like it. What in the world would it need spikes like that for? Man, that can do some damage. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. That's just unreal. Okay, I missed the North Country. Alright.